So, hello and welcome back to another video, guys. Now, that's right, we made it to the end of Doctor Who, Season 13, The Flux. So this is my review for Episode 6. Yeah, not a long season at all, but it was a struggle to get to the end, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I guess I'll do a little roundup of I'll talk about the episode, now I'll do a little roundup of the series as a whole at the end. So yeah, I've already forgotten the title of this episode. You know, it's been out a day now, nearly. I didn't get a chance to film this straight after the episode, so I've been sitting on it a day. I've gathered my thoughts. I've seen other people's thoughts. And some people really hated this episode. Like a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it much, but some people really dislike it. I'll say this, it's better than the Series 11 finale, which was just the most boring, flat, effortless episode I think I've ever seen of Doctor Who. It was better than the Series 12 finale, which was pointless, ridiculous, and disrespectful. So this is the best finale Jodie Whittaker's got for a season. Now, here's the problem with this episode. Here's the problem. And I know that there's people who stick up for this era of Doctor Who, and that's fine. I'm pleased you enjoyed it. Just take this with a pinch of salt, because this is just my opinion, remember, at the end of the day. This isn't me saying this is fact. But in my opinion, you look at this series as a whole, and it set up so much, so many characters, so many little plot lines, and this episode could not handle it. It couldn't. It was a disastrous mess in the editing room. It was a disaster beyond belief. Like, the jumping about was awful. The editing itself, especially in the first 10 minutes, it was particularly bad. It did get a bit better in how the episode was actually constructed, but it really started off on a terrible note. And yeah, I think the episode just forgot about some things, and then it was sort of like, oh my god, we got to come back to that. Because there were some characters I kept forgetting about. Like, you had the woman with one arm, and the guy from Game of Thrones who was stuck inside the big weird Halloween costume guy, and it took so long to come back to them. And that was also another problem with this episode. Why you have the Doctor, Dan, and Yaz, you have Mr. Gibbs from Pirates of the Caribbean, who was with the woman from the Weeping Angels episode. I feel like those were your core characters that I found interesting. Everyone else was so forgettable. Even poor Kate Stewart, who they brought back in the last episode from Unit. I forgot she was in this episode. All of the other side characters were just boring. I didn't care about the guy from Game of Thrones getting back together with the girl who has like a robot pocket watch thing. I just did not care about their relationship. I didn't care when they found each other. I was like, whatever. And yeah, the villains as well, they tried to cram nearly all of them back in here, other than the Weeping Angels. Didn't see them again. But, you know, like the guy with the really stupid name, the High Serpent or whatever he was called, they did not have a clue what to do with him. You know, he just sort of, decided he was going to go get Kate Stewart because for some reason he really dislikes her. He sort of rocks up at the end of everything. He gets beaten, like, just so stupidly easily. It's like, the Centaurans, you know, I kind of like their plan, I guess. The Centaurans are one of the best things about this season, I think. You know, I actually really like their episode 2. I feel like their story wasn't too overly complicated here. It sort of fit narratively quite well. They seemed quite menacing at times as well, other than that really stupid chocolate bit, which was awful. But yeah, like when they killed or it was revealed that they killed all of the dog species, I thought, oh, there we go, there's some menacing stuff. Now we're starting to get somewhere. And, you know, the Centaurans successfully managed to kill the Daleks and the Cybermen, which, you know, the Doctor struggles to do. Even though, you know, all the Daleks got destroyed then, that was all of them gone. But they're in next episode. Yeah, so, you know, there was some good moments to it. So I really like the dog character, actually, as well. And when I say about forgettable characters, I'm going to go back on my word then and say he wasn't forgettable. I like the dog guy. I actually kind of wouldn't mind seeing him again. One of the better side characters from this era of Doctor Who. They actually gave us a death, which I was really surprised about, because, you know, this era of Doctor Who has really strayed away from killing off any main characters. You know, I was sort of hoping that Bradley Walsh's character or his grandson was, you know, one of them was going to neck it last season at the end. But they didn't. They just sort of left, and I was really annoyed by that. I just wanted that emotional oomph, a bit of a kick. And they sort of got near to it in this episode by killing off who was my personal favourite side character from this series. They killed off Mr. Gibbs from Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, he was my favourite of the side characters they introduced this season. So I was a little bit, they're killing off my favourite one. And it was done really well, actually. I kind of liked it. But then the characters' reactions afterwards were just, like, embarrassing. Like, he travelled around with Yaz and Dan for, 2 years? And then all she did was, like, just say his name. She went, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. Back on with the episode. It's like, this is the problem with this show. It does it a lot, where they set themselves up for these big things, big emotional character death. Oh, we're going to change the Doctor's history. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But then no one seems to care afterwards. There's never any impact to these events that seem to happen. You know, we also had the whole Fobwatch tease again. At this point, I think people were just starting not to care. I've noticed this on Twitter today. A lot of people were just like, are we going to find out about these past Doctors? I can feel a lot of people dropping off with the idea of just being interested in general. Dan's now part of the crew, which is cool, I guess. John Bishop, you know, I don't mind him. He got better in this season as it went on. They really teased that Dr. Yaz kiss as well, which there's this new group of Doctor Who fans which have really just come on board during this Jodie era, which I find really weird, because no offense to this new group of fans, I, you know, much respect that you're into Doctor Who and stuff, but this is the era you've chosen? This is the era of Doctor Who you're going to love? I don't mind people who like this era, but come on. It's just not it's not anywhere near the best era of the show. You know, go watch some John Pertwee, Tom Baker, David Tennant, or Matt Smith. It's hands down better, even Capaldi. So yeah, you're finally getting what you want with that relationship, I guess, there, which, hey ho, fair enough. But yeah, you know, this series has just gone... I don't know, the series as a whole has just been a complete mess, in my opinion. Chris Chibnall's tried to write quite a complicated story, clearly couldn't handle it. And yeah, the flux is done, I guess. Yeah, I liked episode 2 with the Centaurans, and I liked episode 4 quite a bit, actually, with the Weeping Angels. But episode 1 was, just like the first one, a complete mess. It struggled to set everything up. It struggled to wrap it all up. So yeah, they were messes. Episode 5 was boring and forgettable, and episode 3 was total shit. So episode 2 and 4, what we're left with there, folks. Yeah, another disappointing season of Doctor Who. Hey ho, we're used to it now. We've had this the third one in a row. I'm sure we're going to get disappointing specials next year. Hopefully, I'm really hoping Russell T Davies can repair this show. I just really don't know anymore. I'm just so used to just watching this and it feeling like homework to get through. But yeah, the finale, I don't think it was as terrible as some people made out. It was just a complete mess in terms of filmmaking and everything else on top. You know, the acting was bad as well. One thing I will say, though, I really liked when they went into the Doctor's past, or they teased it, that they done it black and white, but they left the aliens in colour because they're not a part of the Doctor's past. At least I don't think they are. So I thought that was really cool. So there are some good things about this, as I say. Yeah. Yeah, the episode wasn't good, though. It wasn't good. I'm pleased this series is over. Pleased I don't have to keep making videos on it. Yeah, anyway, there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if I hurt some of your feelings there, because I know that some people come over and get very upset when I bash on Doctor Who. But, hey, you know, if they write a good episode and make a good episode, I'll be positive about it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a message. And as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.